Hey guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, Liberty, Kentucky. FredMcCoy.com. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great morning.
This is more of an adventure instead of the museum part.
Exactly.
Sheila and I are on a quest. Many years ago we done this, but redoing it. We're in Frankfort, Kentucky. And we are going to attempt to show you the grave site, the parking lot for Valentine Wall, Uncle Wall, Hatfield. Devil Ance's brother that was involved in the killing of the 3 McCoy boys at the pawpaw trees. And he ultimately was arrested by Frank Phillips, and Frank Phillips collected the bail on him, $100, for taking him to jail.
Okay.
And they convicted him, sentenced him to life in prison in Frankfort. And this was known then as Kentucky State Prison. This was where it was located at. And we're going to show you first of all, look at how low this area is. How low down this area. Now the river's right over there, but the reason they shut this prison down years ago was it flooded.
Yep.
It flooded. I think they tore it down in the 1950s, somewhere in there. But it flooded, and they moved the prison to LaGrange, Oldham County, I believe it is. But Sheila's going to show you this building here. This was once part of the prison.
Oh, look at that.
You can imagine how old that wall is, and what we're looking at there, and the prisoners either looking out or having ventilation coming up out there.
Look at the walls.
Now that was at one time part of the prison. And
is this just a block out here?
Yeah, it's just a block. Let me follow you now. You can guide us up through there.
I'm just looking at all this down here. I was looking at the rock. Isn't that cool? I was looking to see if there's maybe any kind of etching on it.
Pause this just a minute.
Yeah. Hey, come along. Let's see what's inside of here.
Sheila had a good idea. She wants to look. Here you go.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Stick it in through there. Just don't drop it.
There you go. Look at that. Dude. This was a cell.
Boy, this must have been the dungeon.
Wow. Is this?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Had to be
Can you
the
see
dungeon.
that? Look at that.
Let me see it.
Can you see down in there? Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this had to be the dungeon. Now, guys, what they have done over the years, you can see them steps up there. That's bleachers.
Yeah.
They put a ball field out front, and they've utilized this part of the wall to keep from tearing it completely down. They've utilized it as a what you got?
I was just looking.
They've utilized it as bleachers. So at one time, this was the wall to the Kentucky State Prison, or Kentucky State Penitentiary here in Frankfort. I don't know if we can get through here. Hey babe, hold this. Let me see if I can get through first.
Okay.
I don't see no trespassing signs, so it must be okay. They put that there for safety, I imagine.
Yeah, look at these
Let me
blocks.
have that.
I got these.
Take your time. Once again, you can see the old prison inside. Yeah, that was
Look at
that was a bathroom at one time.
Oh.
Here, let me let you take this. You're a filmer.
What
Here,
the heck is that? Oh.
that's just a root.
Yeah.
That's grown up.
Wow. Look at that.
Yep, this was probably the main or one of the main doors.
Yeah.
Steve Brook Field.
Look up here. I wonder what that was. Like a platform or?
Well, that's modern day brick. That's just a scoreboard for people.
No, I know. Oh, okay. So you're saying they added it to it.
But
oh,
they
okay.
could have had a tower there at one time that went to the...
Look at that gate. Can you believe that was there to keep people in? Look at this. This is actually used.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Part of the old prison. No doubt.
I agree. They boarded everything up here.
I'm glad that
So, oh yeah.
I don't think it would have been the parking lot.
Yeah. This is amazing. Look how high the ball is. Whoa.
We could have just used the gate earlier.
Yeah, that would have made sense, wouldn't it?
We have that.
Okay, though. There we go. Look.
I'm trying to get the whole...
Wow.
What's in that one?
Right to look. Oh, wow. It's got a bunch of stuff in here.
Here, you got a smaller arm. You may have to stick yours through there where you can let it. If you can get it on the inside.
See that?
Just junk.
Yeah, looks like it. There's another room in there.
Well, now that's cinder block there. So this would have been, no, here's a rock wall.
Yeah.
They have just put that cinder block wall up for the bleachers there. But this rock wall here on the side, that went from one cell to another.
Wow. I mean, look at this. This is amazing, guys. Whoa. And this would have been where Walt Hatfield would have stayed in one of these.
This would have been where Walt Hatfield was. Once again, look at your walls. The old rock walls. I can't really see. I'm just looking through the camera lens. If we drop that camera, we'll have to break in to get our camera back. Break into a prison.
So, the burial place.
No, it's just stuck through there to look like that. Yeah, guys, that right there was once one of the walls, at least, to the prison. Now here's what it is now.
Yeah.
They put the new bleachers in there. They've kept that outer wall, and they've turned it into a ballpark over here. But this was at one time.
Look at the rock here, babe.
Kentucky State Penitentiary. Yeah, I'd say those are real. I'd say those are original.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even. What?
Well, this used to be, we're on the inside the prison right now, Sheila.
Yeah.
This would be the inside the prison.
So where would the...
Well, look here at this little
That's
thing.
what that is.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
That's what you saw on the thing earlier. There's a water hose. Security cameras in use.
Wow. I was just as curious as what that is. Look at this.
Well, this was some kind of an entrance.
Look, here's something here and here.
Yeah, that's where a gate or something went across there. There should be another one down here. Yeah. See here?
Oh, yeah.
That would have been two of them. That would have been where gates hung. So this very well may have been. I really couldn't tell you.
It's interesting, though.
Very interesting.
Wow.
I'm so glad that they saved what
Part
they
of
did.
it, at least, yes. The wall
And,
is buried somewhere.
The walls out here in this parking lot.
Somewhere out in the parking lot, yeah.
And you know, guys, I know I harp on it a lot, and which I'll continue to harp on it because it's just the way it is. The man doesn't deserve the attention he gets as some kind of a hero when he was a villain and a criminal and a deserter. But Devil Anse Hatfield's brother, Wall Hatfield, died right here in this prison. This was known as a hellhole right here at one time. That tree was probably here when Wall was here, Sheila. Wasn't it?
Big and old. Wow.
That tree was probably here. Oh yeah, stand still a minute. Look how big compared to you. Wrap your arms around it. I'm just going to show how. Look at there.
It's not.
Look at there. You ain't me and you both cutting and still meat.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, that's a big tree trunk. That tree, no doubt, was here when Wall Hatfield was here.
Look at it.
I bet it's 150 years old.
That's amazing.
Anyway, back to where we were at. Stand where you're at there. Looks good. Right there in that door. Somebody would have used that door as an entrance or exit.
Yeah.
But they have taken it and stepped it off, and there, see, Sheila, this would have been the original wall right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
So it would.
Now it would have gone higher.
Yeah.
Of course, they've cut it off up there, and
That's pretty high.
that's the old prison. Now, if you'll look behind me here, this is a parking lot.
Yeah.
This is a parking lot. We'll never know where. Nobody will ever know. In fact, I heard a while back where somebody was trying to say, wait, what was you going to say?
There's another wall over there. I don't know if it's like this one. See that over there?
If that would have been something dealing with this. Now this wall looks older.
Okay.
That looks more modern over there.
Okay.
They may have tried to tie it in, but this right here, there's no doubt.
Wow.
This is a old wall, old bars.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll never know where, but somewhere in this parking lot is where Wall Hatfield is buried. They had the prison cemetery inside the prison boundaries, the prison fence. That way the convicts could care for the cemetery, and they could also bury the deceased without having to leave the compounds of the prison. So these fences are probably newer, but the fence would have probably come on out through here.
Oh, with the barbed wire on it?
Yeah. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, you know, Wall Hatfield joined in with his brother Devil Anse and helped kill the 3 McCoy boys at the pawpaw trees. He was one of the shooters. He was guilty, and he was found guilty, and he was sentenced to life in prison. And he did life in prison. He's one of the only ones that did life. He did life, and Cotton Top did death. They both fulfilled their obligation to the state for what they did. I think the rest of them throughout the years, 12, 15 years or so, they got paroled or got out. Jauncey, Doc, Mayhorn, Pliant, Mayhorn, the rest of them. But Cotton Top was killed, he was hung, and Wall Hatfield died right in the compounds of this penitentiary. He didn't last but a month or two in here. Now there's stories that says he had TB, stories that said he got pneumonia, stories that supposedly the Mayhorns, his son-in-laws, told when they got out that he just couldn't handle it. It was just too harsh for him. He just gave up, quit eating, and just couldn't believe that his life had turned around from being the justice of the peace in West Virginia, been a judge, that he was now serving the rest of his life in prison. And he just gave up and died within a month or two of being transferred here. Now, we done a video on it. a long time ago, one of our first videos, where one of the descendants stated that his grandfather, great-grandfather, wasn't involved. He'd never done nothing wrong. He wasn't even at the cabin massacre. Walt Hatfield was not in prison for being at the cabin massacre. He was not in prison for doing anything other than being convicted for killing the 3 McCoy boys at the pawpaw trees. So see, that's where you got a magician. You got people saying Walt Hatfield wasn't even at the cabin massacre. Well, he wasn't convicted of being at the cabin massacre. He was convicted of killing the 3 McCoy boys. So when you hear stories like that, I always ask questions and read into things. When people says, and you'll see stories, you'll see where people says, oh, thanks for the information. We didn't know that. You didn't know that Walt wasn't at the cabin massacre? No, he wasn't at the cabin massacre. That's when Walt and Devil Anse fell out. Devil Anse wanted Walt to go on the cabin massacre with the rest of them, just like he did Good Elias and all of them. He wanted them all there. But when Walt refused, my hands are shaking, sorry about that. I don't know how bad the camera was, I just noticed it.
That's okay.
And that's when Devil Anse fell out with Walt Hatfield. He fell out with them because he wouldn't go on the cabin massacre with them. They were going to go kill all the McCoys. And when he didn't go, then in the end there, Devil Anse said he was sick after he planned and orchestrated and got everybody, he instigated everything, got it all planned up. And then he got sick and he couldn't go. Now you planned the biggest attack of your life. You planned to kill a whole family of McCoys, but when it gets time to go do it, you get sick. I mean, how sick are you? You must have been on your deathbed to send your sons and your uncle and employees to do something as harsh as that to another family, to another human being. But you got sick and couldn't go. I mean, short of being on your deathbed, you would have thought that a person would have either put it off for another day or grinned and bared it and sucked it up. Where's it at, Devil Anse? Tough man. Couldn't suck up a little flu, couldn't suck up a little sickness. The man was not sick. The man was making excuses. He did not want to go and get more warrants on him, more indictments for killing more people. Sad thing is that he sent his 2 sons.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, out here in this parking lot somewhere is where Walt Hatfield body, what remains of him, is at.
Yeah.
Devil Anse didn't care enough about him to send not one employee, not one person to say, hey, go get my brother's body, bring it up here on the hill, huh?
Bring him home. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's sad that he didn't respect him enough or love him enough or care, however you want to look at it, to bring his brother home to be buried with the family.
Exactly. And you know, the funny thing is, he killed 3 boys over one of his brothers.
Yeah.
But he didn't care enough about his one brother that he put a contract out on him, killed Good Elias on sight.
Exactly.
Because Good Elias didn't want to go, he got mad at Good Elias because first of all, he didn't want to go rescue Johnsy the night that he was arrested by the McCoys. And second of all, Devil Anse wanted to kill the McCoys that night when he intercepted them.
Yeah.
And Good Elias wouldn't allow it. And so him and Devil Anse fell out at that point.
Yeah.
So all these people that makes these claims, and I guess everybody needs a hero. Everybody needs a hero, but that's not much of a hero to have to West Virginians. If that's the best you all can do for a hero, that's sad. There's got to be somebody in West Virginia. How about Coleman C?
Yeah.
Author. Yeah. How about Coleman? Not Coleman, but Henry Dury Hatfield.
Yeah.
Good Elias' son. There's you somebody to celebrate. There's you somebody that if it was my relation, I'd be saying, hey, my hands, I'm sorry, I changed my hands back and that hand shakes. Yeah, pick out somebody like that. Good answer, Sheila.
That would be somebody to honor.
Oh, of course. Well, you know, they had Coleman C or Coleman A had a daughter She was the first woman in West Virginia to pass the bar. She was actually an attorney.
Good for her.
Adriana or something like that was her name.
Okay.
But yeah, there's many Hatfields, many West Virginia Hatfields, and deserving, more deserving than Devil Anse Hatfield, a deserter and a coward. You know, I've seen a thing recently that said that Devil Anse was a smart man. He went into timbering business and he come out of the Civil War and he was poor and he became prosperous. And guys, it's not hard to become prosperous when you take it from somebody else. It's not hard. If I went over at that pile of trees over on that hill right now and started cutting them trees, it's not hard to get rich to sell that timber up there, even though I didn't pay anything for that land or the timber. That's what that man did. But for some reason, people want to overlook that. And they say, well, he returned home to protect the home front. What about the men that didn't return home to protect their home front? Guess what? That's who this man stole from. While these other men were still at battle and still fighting in the Civil War, he didn't return home to protect the home front. He returned home to steal whatever anybody else had that was still out there fighting. Think about it. This is not Fred McCoy's assumption. This is not my theory. This is not my... It's a proven fact. He was a bushwhacker. He was a murderer. He was a coward. He was a deserter. And this is where his brother, Wall Hatfield, died from listening to Devil Anse and being instigated and encouraged by Devil Anse to, hey, let's get revenge. We got to kill these boys in revenge for Ellison.
Sad.
And this is where he died. Sad. Wall Hatfield was probably one of the more honorable of the family, other than Patterson and Smith.
He got caught up in.
He got caught up in it.
And everything.
But look at Patterson and Smith, and even Good Elias. They didn't get caught up in it. They didn't let him persuade and influence them.
Yeah, I agree.
Guys, we're going to move on here. We're going to...
If we find more, though, we'll stop and show it as well. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Hey, let's not do that just yet.
Okay.
In case we come back on here, you... All right, let's pause it here a minute.
Yep. Hi guys, welcome back. We followed it around over to this building here, and as you can see, there are two big like towers here. They're not really towers, I don't know what you call them.
Platforms, yeah.
But look at the rock and stuff. I believe this is part of the prison.
There's a rock here that's had a historical marker or name something in it. Somebody has evidently taken it for their museum. Not us, of course, but somebody collected it. If you've got that, we'd like to have it for our museum.
Yes.
But there was this is Kentucky State Office Building now. And if you'll read the history on the Kentucky State Prison, you'll see that they tore it down to build an office building.
Yep.
Well, there's your office building. The parking lot's out back. That's where we just came from. There's your wall going around. And we're going to continue. Here, Sheila, I'll let you have that.
It goes all the way around through here. And then...
And we are thinking, if you'll Google and look at the big pillars out front of the Kentucky prison at the time, we're thinking that's where they sit, the big round cylinders on these two columns right there. And we're thinking that the prison was where that office building is now at. Now, come and look at your fence. There's a tag up here on the wall itself, but of course somebody has taken that off.
It's not legible. We can't read it.
No.
See that there, that brown thing? Can't read it.
But if you follow on around, what's it look like up there on the inside?
I don't know. We have not been on the inside of this. I really don't know. It's got big old concrete blocks here, look.
Yeah, this would have been inside the prison.
And it goes all the way around through there too.
So they have utilized the wall. Rather than tearing it down, they've saved the wall
there's 2 more.
around the prison. So this entire site that we were on earlier.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'll follow you.
It said that after the flood, and they had picked another place, another farm. They bought a farm to build the new penitentiary, that they tore this one down, what was left of it. So.
And that was in the 50s?
I believe.
Let's walk on out through here.
Not sure, but I think so.
Well, they didn't tear it completely.
One thing I found out fascinating about this prison or penitentiary is that they housed women here as well. They were part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see how humongous this place was.
Yeah.
And if you'll look online and see some of the older pictures of the prison,
Yeah.
you will see, and this would have been like the Eastern Gate, Western Gate, Southern Gate. You know, you've got these spots all around where they've got these columns for whatever they had up there at the time. So they have built this building, and you know, one thing they have probably had to do, because the wall wasn't this high, low down. This is, yeah, this would have been a big wall. In fact, you can see down here. So they had to fill, they've had to fill all this in order to get this building here up out of the flood area, because it would have still flooded at that time. But guys, if we're incorrect on any of this information, or you know more history or something that we can add to this, or that we need to correct, by all means tell us. We want to know.
Sure, I'm very curious about this. Seeing that you got rock walls going all the way out through there, so this place is huge.
Oh yeah, it was huge. It was huge. And again, out there's the parking lot. It's too bad. This is Memorial Day, not Memorial Day, Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. This is a Sunday morning, and we're leaving here and going to some other places to film today. The bad thing about going on holidays or something is everything's closed up.
Nothing's open.
And nobody's around. But we believe, without a doubt, that this would have been where the prison would have sit. And
this whole area.
we would have go ahead, Sheila, what you gonna say?
Hi guys, battery issues. If any of y'all know a good battery that we could use that it wouldn't keep shutting off, that would be great. Also,
GoPro.
It is a GoPro. Thank you. We believe that all of this area here, this flat area, was once the prison. And the prison, it's set between Holmes Street and Clinton Street. And if you notice over here, that says Paul Wendell Field, 20 Clinton Street.
Well, that would be, and over there's Holmes Street, so you're...
Holmes Street is over there.
Yeah, so you're in between Holmes and Clinton.
Yep.
I mean, this is it. This is... I wish there was a tourism or somebody open today to...
I wish they had a sign.
To confirm. But guys, I mean...
A historical marker.
We ain't... we may not be the smartest two birds in the parking lot right now.
We're the only two.
But we're the only two. Well, I guess we are then. But I don't think there's nobody can disagree that this used to be
no doubt.
Kentucky State Prison and where it was located. And I'm like, Sheila, you know, Sheila mentioned a while ago about, she said, what about them old rocks over there? And I said, oh, they look too new. What they've done, they've cleaned them. They have sandblasted those rocks to clean them up. So that is part of the prison over there, probably the main prison.
Yeah.
This here may have been nothing more than a
yard,
solitary. It may have been a work detail. It may have been something completely different, which, like Sheila says now, you've got to imagine this whole
Field.
parking lot being a prison, and you've got to imagine how much room they had and how many different cell blocks.
They had over 200 cell blocks that they had.
Wow. Well, see, there's only what, 20 or
I think
20 to
it's
50.
205, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I love it.
This is
I wish we could go inside. Looks like they would open this up.
These prisons are in here.
It looks like they would open this up ever so often
Give tours.
for tours. Yeah, this would be. You talk about Kentucky history. Now this is Kentucky history.
Exactly.
It don't get no more history than that. There was some lonely,
People here.
sad people that spent time in this place.
Yeah. You have to think also that they've done something horrific.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be here,
Right.
but you know, they had to be sad
Yeah.
because this was a miserable place to be.
Oh yeah. It's just.
Huh?
Look at big old rock here.
That had something carved in it at one time. See them letters?
Oh, yeah. I do now.
Rest in peace. What is that?
R.I.P. something.
Looks like rest in peace up top.
It does kind of look like that. I see the R in the I.
Yeah. Who knows? Is it raining? Where's that water coming from? That's coming out of that water plant. And they've completely sealed in that door.
Yeah.
All right, babe, you want to go first?